Right, I'll get the pot a bit of a squeeze around the side though. I think it's going to be no problem getting the plant out. And I'll put my cactus gloves on because there's some fine little hairs down there, and you only get caught a couple of times with those or a prickly pear leaf, and you think, oh, they won't do any damage because they're so tiny. They do damage, and they're very, very hard to remove. So lesson learnt, and cactus gloves on. All right, so grab the plant up the top so we don't break any more pups off, and then we'll remove as much of this crappy old soil as we can, and hope we end up with the same number of offsets when we're finished as we've got now. Yeah, a little bit of life left in those roots, I think, but it's going to end up in a far better place than it is now. Right, we'll get rid of that. Grab the pot that we're going to put it into, this one here. Just see how deeply it's going to set, and then start off with some of our media in the pot. And then once again holding the top, yeah, sitting about the right depth in there. So I'll hold that up, work my way round, putting our media mix in and pushing it down, keeping an eye on those pups, not wanting to lose any more. And a bit more over there and down there. I think we're getting there. We'll see what's around here. Tip it back a bit, put some more down there. Not a very strong looking pot, but it'll do for the moment, I think. Oh, there's another. I've just knocked a little pup off. Take that out, little guy there. Put him in with our other ones. Maybe I should have taken them all off, I don't know. But that'll do for the moment. And fill that up. And now last thing, put the label in. Now we're going to water it. I'll put the plant in a little tray there. My favourite method for watering these things so you can get in underneath them is a 50ml syringe with a bit of 4mm poly pipe on the end of it. That way you can get down in underneath and you're not wetting everything. You're just wetting the media. You work your way around over the four sides, and this will probably take a couple of syringefuls, I think. Nothing's run out on the base yet, so I'll refill it and run round again. Because with cactus we want to flood them and get the soil all nice and wet and then let it dry out. The number one killer of cactus and succulent plants is wet roots, and that we don't want. Alright, it's taken those two, so we'll grab another one. Slowly working our way around. This will be well and truly wet after I've finished 3 of these. We could actually, if we wanted to, put some water in the bottom here and let it soak up, which I will do in actual fact. I'll put some water in the bottom of the tray, fill it up to about 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, 19mm. I'll just put that aside and that'll sit there till this afternoon, and then I'll take the plant out of the tray. These are the next one we're going to pot up. Echinopsis, we've got about 6 of them. So I think we've got enough potting mix for them. We'll start off and see. Fill the pot up to about 1/2 inch below the top. I'll grab one of the pups, looking very healthy on the top there. Some little roots on the bottom. So we'll place him, needs a tiny bit more I think. Make a little bit of a dent for him and put him right there. Now a tiny bit round the side, sufficient for us to stand him up so he's not falling over. Then some gravel as usual, a little bit round the top, That's got him. And a label. That's one. I'll water those in a moment. I'll do another one. We've got sufficient potting mix here for it. Got to make a bit more mix, I think, by the look of that lot. Now, here's the next one. New roots coming out. All right. Whoop, dropped him. Being a bit careful not to break roots off. And he'll sit about there. A little bit more mix. They're pretty tiny, these little guys. Hold him there. And then some 7mm gravel. That should see him seated properly. There we go. Put a label in. And there's another one. Today we're going to pot up some pups that we took off just over a week ago. This is the first one that we're going to do, a mammillaria snowcap. You can see it's calloused over there now. I think that's the start of a little root coming out of there. So we're going to pot that up today. Grab a 2-inch pot, a 15mm pot.